Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to introduce to you my new flexible spacer. This is my previous traditional spacer. I've been asked by some of my customers how can they use this spacer template I already have in my shop for multi-layered artworks. At first I tried to make this spacer thinner, but it was still too thick for artworks that contained 9 layers or more. So it was a great challenge for me to create a spacer that could fit this type of multi-layered art. Eventually, this is what I came up with. Why is it flexible? Because it can be used at its full thickness or it can be squeezed down to a minimum thickness. In this video, I will show you how to set up your template in Cricut Design Space, how to cut, fold and install this Flexi spacer inside your art. I like to design templates as simple as possible, so you won't need any glue or adhesive to create this spacer. Are you ready? Let's start.
Let's cut the Flexi spacers. Here we are at Cricut Design Space. Let's upload the file. Click Upload. You can see here the multiple test versions I did while developing the Flexi spacer template. After you have unzipped the file, go to the folder and choose the size of your spacer. The spacer size should be the same size as your artwork layers. So, if my artwork is 9 by 9 inches, I will choose the same size for my spacers. If your artwork is rectangular and not square, choose one size for the width and another size for the height. Go to SVG. Now, if you don't have a scoring tool for your machine, choose the No Scoring Tool file. In this version, your folding lines will be cut as perforated cut lines. This cutting process takes a little bit longer to cut. So if you do have a scoring tool, choose the scoring tool file. In this version, you will set the folding lines as score lines. I will show you how. Drag the file into your software and click Upload. This is our file. Click on it, add it to the canvas. Here you can see that the file contains 4 spaces already. Make sure that its length is just a little bit smaller than your artwork. That way, it will fit easier inside the frame. Here you can set your measurement units. Choose Settings and Canvas and select your units. Here you can see that the length of the spacer is slightly smaller than 9 inches, and this is correct. As I mentioned, the spacer should be slightly smaller than your art. If the size doesn't match the name of the file, you can scale it manually by dragging the bounding box or typing in the height text box 8.8 inches. In both cases, make sure your aspect ratio is locked and that the width also transforms with the height. Now, go to your Layers panel. Here you can see that we have 4 spacers. Each spacer contains 2 layers. Ungroup the layers. Select only the top layer of each spacer. Select by clicking the mouse button and holding the Control key, or Command if you are using Mac. These are the folding lines. Go to the Operation menu and set Score. You can notice that now the lines look dashed. Attach your elements together by selecting all layers and clicking Attach. Let's cut. In this window, you can make sure that the machine is going to score and cut. Now we are ready to cut. Don't forget to insert your scoring tool into your machine. Here I have my cutouts. If I have 10 layers of art, I'll be needing 9 layers of spacers. Each layer contains 4 pieces. In total, that would be 36 pieces. If your artwork contains more than 10 layers, it is recommended to use lightweight cardstock, so there will be enough room for all the layers inside your frame. Now take one piece, look for this slit, take another piece, find the round tab and insert it inside the slit. Take another piece and do the same. Take the 4th piece and do it again. Insert the last tab. Now we have a frame shape unit. Find the folding line and fold it inside. Find another folding line and fold it outside. It is necessary to use a plastic spatula on your folding lines. This way, your spacers will be more flexible to get thin and take less space inside your frame. If you don't have a spatula, you can use a plastic card. Repeat the same folding process on all sides. Now, we simply take the corner and insert it inside the small slit. Repeat on all corners. This is one layer of spacers. Now we repeat the process for all 9 layers. I'll get back to you after I finish all layers. Here I am. I finished all 9 layers. You can notice how these layers are completely flexible. You can really squeeze them down to take less space inside your frame. In this step, I'll show you how to place your spacers inside your frame. Especially for that, I created this 10-layer all artwork. By the way, you can find this artwork template at my Chipola Studio Etsy shop. First, I will show you how to place this artwork inside the cardstock frame. This is an extra thick frame that can be found at my shop as well. You can see this is a 2 inches thick frame, which is 5 centimeters. These are my Flexi spacers. I turn back the layers, open the frame, start from the background layer. Then a spacer layer. I place it from the back to the front. Let's speed up the process. As you can see, my layers are much higher than my frame because these layers are flexible. I can squeeze them inside. Take the cover of the frame and put it on top of the layers. Make sure your layers are center aligned with the frame. To close the cover, I just need to insert the tabs inside the slits on all sides. You can see how all the layers and spacers go inside this cardstock frame. In the following step, I'll show you how to use a ready-made frame for the same artwork. Let me release the layers and I'll get back to you. I have this IKEA frame. I'll show you how to place the layers and the spacers inside it. This frame thickness is 1.7 inch, which is 4.3 centimeters. If we calculate the space where the layers sit, we have even less than that, because we need to place all the layers below these pins. Now I start from the front layer and place it facing down. Place a layer of spacers and another layer of art. Let's speed up the process. As in the previous installation, the layers are higher than my frame. I align the layers, place the cover and gently squeeze them down. Close the pins, and now you can see all layers sits nicely inside this frame. If you have more questions, feel free to contact me via my Etsy shop or here in the comments below. Thank you!